what emerged is a genuine expression from vast groups of people who do not have that public voice. As a result, we have something very, very passionate, which I think is so valuable. My name is Richie Mehta, and I directed a film called India in a Day. And that film is a documentary, crowdsourced, where we asked people all over India to shoot footage of their lives using their own camera phones, whatever cameras they could get a hold of. They submitted that footage via Google. We took that, made a feature-length documentary tracking one day in India from midnight to midnight. So that was the brief. We threw out a couple of questions if people needed it. You know, what do you love? What do you hope for? What do you fear? Things like that, just to get people thinking if they needed it. Most people didn't. But the idea being that this type of film is basically a tapestry. So the whole film has been constructed that way. So that's why the idea was it was more labor for our team to go through everything, but the treasure was just shoot anything and we'll create that. Over 16,000 clips were submitted. That's the number I know for sure. And a clip can range from 2 seconds to 3 hours. So there was a lot to go through in that way. We had a whole team of people that would kind of watch everything and rate that footage. You know, the goalposts keep changing because we're not actually sure what we're looking for. We just know there's something fascinating when we see it. And I think there were some very strong themes and ideas emerging, as well as entertaining kind of just glimpses into people's lives. And that became the genesis of the final film. Again, sometimes you pick up a thread and be like, this is something interesting, and it really leads you nowhere. And other times you find a little thing and it's like, this is super special. And we started to see the bigger stories emerging. Because we were given this, and we kind of looked at it and said, okay, audiences are gonna come into this knowing that everything they're gonna see is real. Every scrap of footage is honest and genuine. And so you don't look at it as a normal feature film. You're not looking for performance, you're not looking for that type of nuance. You assume that there's a purity of messaging, which we hopefully take into account when we consume a film like this, because I think that the ideas are so big and so vast and so self-reflective. I hope people come out questioning their preconceived notions about a country like India, about a place like the other. I think Indians will be surprised because it's a diverse country. As we say in the film, oftentimes people don't understand each other. There's so many languages and cultures. The fact that I speak Hindi and Punjabi and I don't understand half of the Indian languages in the film, I think it's amazing. There's nobody in the world that can watch this film and understand everything it says without subtitles, which I think is wonderful. So I think people are going to be surprised. I hope they're delighted by what they see, because there's a delight factor in it. Imagine we had that from 50 years ago, just a day in the life, watching it, 24 hours unfold. Sociologists would be studying it. And I'm not going to be, so bold as to say people will be studying this 50 years from now. But at the same time, I think we presented it in such a manner that it makes it fascinating to consume now.